Yeah, I have to admit, when it comes to Portugal's kits for this upcoming World Cup, I must give Puma their flowers on this one because they've actually done really well. So this is the away kits for Portugal for this World Cup, and there is a lot to be said about this because you can see at first glance it might look like a training kit, but then that's where you cannot be deceived because this is more. There's more to it than just a training kit. So unlike the ones for Brazil and the others, this one actually tells a story. I think it's the inspiration behind it has to do with the oceans, because obviously Portugal's next to the Atlantic Ocean as well, which explains the aquamarine colors, and also the V shape to it has to do with the fact that they're trying to connect it to a superhero type of theme. On that part, I'm not too sure, but I do get the use of the color choices here for this kit. Now, again, it does look more like a training kit, um, given the fact that having the Puma logo and the Portuguese FA logo in the middle makes it look more like a training kit. But even if it is a training kit, you have to admit it is a really good training kit. So I'm going to be a bit more fair here and a bit more less judgmental because it is like a lot of thought was actually put into this to actually give it its own identity. And unlike the other kids which draw from historical and cultural themes, this one actually chooses to draw from nature and sort of fictional themes to it too. Yeah, the ocean patterns really make it stand out. And yeah, we see Portugal at back on the top too. And to be honest, it looks good on Quaresma, Ricardo Quaresma. Okay, like I said, I'm being fair on this one, and I am taking into account the creativity aspects of this kit and what was actually put into it in terms of that creative elements. Um, I'll give this but it still looks like a training kit. If I have to be honest, if not for the fact that it looks a bit more like a training kit, because personally I would have the Portuguese logo on the right and the Puma logo on the left, and then the number, which would then give it its natural um match day kit look. So if not for that, I would have given it a 9 out of 10, but I have to give it an 8 out of 10, just for the fact that it still looks a bit more like a training kit. If not for that fact, I would give it a 9 out of 10. But for this one, it has to be an 8 out of 10. But it's still really good. It's still quite good.